Okay, so I hope everybody's doing okay. If you're not, that's okay too. So, so what I need to do is create a roof plan for this southwest section, okay? And looking at my floor plans, there is a top of parapet drawing that's here. And and this is from the architect's model. So what I need to do, I'm going to duplicate this. I'm going to highlight it, right click, and duplicate that view like so, like that. And what we have is a mess, right? So I'm going to concentrate on this area. Okay. And you see these what they call crickets, but actually they are what I need to do is place my roof drains on here. This is the roof plan, okay? So let's bring this copied plan from the architect's drawing. I want to put it down into my southwest region of the building, okay? So in order to do that, I'm going to highlight it, and well, it's already highlighted. What I need to do is look at my linked view in my architect's model, okay? So this is here, this is here, this is the architect's model. And now it's the display setting is for the host view. But what I want to do is change that host view to a roof plan view that I can use for my project. Okay. Now all of these, this is the linked view of the architect's model, and these views, all of this stuff comes from the architect. Okay, this is how you bring in anything that the architect has. You can copy that into your in my case is into the plumbing model. It could be into the mechanical model, electrical model, structural model, whatever. But it's for my plumbing model, right? So I need a roof plan. So I'm going to go down this list that the architect has and look for southwest roof plan. Okay, so I see finished floor, there's export, there's all kinds of stuff here, and there's an enlarged plan. This is all on the architect's model. This is these are his views, and I want to use one of his roof plan views, which are here. See, these are all details, all of this stuff that you could use, right? But in my case, what I want to do now is use this roof plan southwest wing. So I'm going to say, okay, I need that. Because if the architect has already done the work, I don't need to go in. Let's cancel this. I don't need to go in and figure out what is going on. Okay. How do I get from all of this stuff that I don't need to concentrate on this area? And the architect has made it easy for us. Okay, so let's go back, and I'm going to type VV, go back to the link, turn these off, and look at the architect's display. But I want to use this link view display and go down to his roof, because the architect has already set up the roof plan in his model, so why not use it, right? Okay, so that's the idea. Okay, so I'm going to use this southwest, and I'm going to say okay to this, and I'm going to say okay to this, and okay. So we got rid of a lot of stuff, you know, all of this. You see how it cleaned up itself? Because this is what it looks like on the architect's model. And the architect says that what I need to do is put my roof drain and my overflow drain in that location, according to the architect, right? But we don't know what's on this. There's some structural beams, there's mechanical, and that's the idea is to kind of put it here, because these, what they call crickets, these are the slope. Everything is sloping toward these roof drains and these overflow drains on this level, and it's also sloping here and here on this level, right? Okay. The reason I say that level, because this level is lower than this level. Let's look at well, first let's do this. Let's do this. I'm gonna look at my crop view. I want to turn that on. Show crop region. Okay, this is the crop region. So I'm gonna use that to crop out everything I don't need. So we go down here. Let's go up some, about right there. Let's go over. Oops. Let's go back. Okay, so everything is being, this is how things go when you're working in a working environment. I'm not gonna come on here and pretty things up and make things do any kind of shortcuts. Okay, it's about I'm just gonna go maybe about right here. Okay, let's come down some just to show. Okay, so basically, I mean, it needs some more work. So that's basically, you know, you can, your roof plan is going to look different, but that's the basic. You get your information from the architect, and then you crop out the region, and you make any editing changes that you do in the office, you know, however you do that. But let's see. What I want to do now is put this plan in my project browser. It doesn't belong in this architect's tree, right? It needs to go into my plumbing, and I want to move it down here. Okay, I wish there was a way to drag this down, and just drag it down to here, but that's not the case. Maybe in Revit 55 they may do that. This is Revit 22. So so in order to do that, in order to take this view from the architect's tree, right, or list, and put it down into the southwest tree or views. Okay, so I'm going to show you how to do that. So if on the right hand side here in the properties folder, you see this discipline. The discipline is architect, and I want to change that, and I'm going to change it to plumbing. Okay, the discipline now is plumbing, and let's see, you see it moved down to here. It's in plumbing, but it's still in architect, okay, which is a sub-discipline. So I want to change this sub-discipline to a southwest discipline, okay? And in order to do that, we come down, and the properties has its sub-discipline. It says architect, which matches this. So what we're going to do is change this to southwest, okay? And if you see, when we come over, it moved it down here. And I'm going to right click and rename it to SW roof. Okay, so however you want to name that, I'm naming it because of this video. So this is the southwest roof. Let's close this guy, and I'm gonna close this one. I may need to open that back up. Okay, so, and there's some cleaning up that I need to do over here. Looks like there's some things that there's a view range in here that I need to do. But what I want to do, what I want to focus on is, do I have a section? There's no section, huh? There's no section. Let's go southwest. There's no section. What about this? And southwest roof. Oh, here we go. Okay. Now, let's go over. I'm going to move this section over and show you the difference, how we're going to use a plan region and a view range. I need to rotate my section view 90 degrees so that you guys can see the difference in these elevations. Because usually when you are using, usually when you have your view range, say for example, this floor plan, right? The floor plan has a view range, right? You come over here, this view range is automatic, well, it's not automatic. You have to set in your parameters for that. But for this roof plan, there's a floor plan and a roof plan. And the roof plan is not always level like the floor plan. Okay, so let's look at this roof plan in section view. I'm going to highlight this section and right click on it to show the difference. Let's see what's on. And let's turn off these two, the structural and the mechanical. Okay, so what we have, this is the roof plan. What I want to show on the roof plan are the two different levels. And in order to show the two different levels, I can't use the same type of process that I use to show my view range as if it was a floor plan, because a floor plan is just one level, unless you in some specified areas on a floor plan. But usually a floor plan has its own view range, right? Let's cancel this. But a roof plan is a little different because it can have different levels in order to show the roof. For example, this level 2 shows this height and this height on the roof plan. I don't know if this is making sense, but my point is that we're going to use a plan region in order to show that. Okay. And so let's do that. Let's do that. I mean, there's so many other things to talk about, which would describe the difference between a floor plan and a roof plan and how you can manipulate the two, or the differences between the two. But I'm going to try to keep this as simple as I can. So and I'm not going to put the floor drain and the overflow drain on here. I'm just going to put I'm going to put a drain, a roof drain here and a roof drain here, okay, on the two different levels, so you can see the difference. Okay, so down here in my families is a plumbing fixture that has a roof drain on it. And let's see, the new roof drain, let's just use this guy. Okay, and it looks like it's not giving me what I need. I need for it to show the roof drain showing, not because if it's not doing what I want it to do at this point. So what you need to do is you want to place your roof drain on your work plane, okay? You don't want to put it on a vertical. You don't want to put it on the face. This place on the face is like an object, like your any plumbing, in my case, any plumbing fixture, which is an object. Okay. So I don't want to put it on an object. I want to put it on a work plane. So you choose this place on work plane. You see how it is now. It's not oriented correct, right? So I'll show you this. Okay, now place on work plane. Now you see that's looking at the top view of that floor drain. Okay, and if we go to a section, let's turn this waste off so we don't get confused, or we don't see anything that will slow us down trying to get our work done. So in the section view, this section view, my roof drain is here, okay, and the top of my roof is here, okay. So what it did, it put it on the top of the parapet. I don't want it on top of the parapet. I want it on the roof. Okay, let's go back to the roof area. Overall. So if I have that highlighted, let's go back, and we are in this area. Okay, and this little piece of information that you're seeing here is hidden. Let me turn off the architect's drawing so you can see what I'm seeing. So what it's picking up is that's what you're seeing. Let's undo that. That's what you're seeing when this is highlighted and you're going back. You're seeing that it's showing that it's there, but it doesn't show up on the roof. That's because there's the roof line, and it's below the roof, so you can't see it. So let's go back to the roof, and this view, and say, let's look at a wireframe. Okay, so it's in here, but it's hidden. Let's go hidden. Hidden. Yeah. See, it's just not going to show up. So let's go back and to the shaded area. Let's go back to the section view. So what I need to do is raise this roof drain up so that it can be shown, so I can see it on my well, it's showing up on my roof plan. So yeah, it's showing up on my it's showing up on my roof. Okay, here we go. This one is showing up on my roof plan, but it's not showing up on my overall isometric. I want it to show on the roof when I look at it in 3D, right? It's like if you had mechanical equipment up here, roof, other, condensate drains from the mechanical equipment or whatever. You want to be able to see that in your 3D roof plan, okay? So let's go back to the section view. So it's showing up on the roof plan. Let's go back. So in order to do that, we can't drag that up. I'm grabbing it. It can go on the horizontal, but it's not going to go vertical, okay? So in order to solve that problem, we highlight it, or what we need to do is create a reference plane, okay? Okay, so in the Architects tab, over on the right-hand side, we can create a reference plane, okay? So we create the reference plane here, and from here, I can call it whatever I want. The name is going to be, let's call it Southwest Roof, okay? So that's southwest roof. And I'm going to apply this roof drain to my southwest roof. Okay. So in order to do that, I need to edit this work plane, remember? So this, I brought it in on this work plane, but I want to change it and edit the work plane. So instead of this work plane, I want to put it on this work plane. So I want to edit the work plane. So we choose edit work plane and specify new work plane. Okay. And down here it should say southwest roof. Okay. So we choose southwest roof as our new work plane. Say okay to that, and it jumps up to this. Now I can move this work plane because it's attached now to the roof plane. I'm going to bring it down because if we go back to my overall, we can see that our roof is showing up, okay, but it's in space. Okay, let's do this just to make it clear. I don't know if you guys can see that, but it's in the air. Yeah, it's in the air. Okay, let's go back and let's change this. I'm going to use my arrow keys, and because it's attached to the work plane, it's going to rest right there. Okay, now let's go back to overall. So I have it resting on my roof. Okay. What happened? Oh, okay. It's resting on my roof, and I can see it in my roof plan. Okay. So this has gone on longer than I thought, which is okay. So that roof plan. So in the next segment of the video, I'm going to continue with showing the difference between using plan regions and visibility for this roof drain. Okay, on the next level, let's go back. Let's go down. Okay, which is going to go here. Okay, so this is the area that let's go back here. So it's going to go down. It's going to show up here. Okay, that's looks like a exhaust grill. Yeah. Okay, so it's going to go down here. You see the difference? But I have to show it here. Okay, so the next time I'll have to work that out. Okay, so when you go to the office, you know you're going to come across problems that you need to solve, and I'm not going to polish any of this up. I'm not going to go over it and over it so that it looks all nice and clean and it seems like everything is just, wow, it's so easy to do. It's not. Revit is very difficult to learn, and you have to figure out how to do things. So anyway, so the next time I'm going to go over the plan region and more visibility and stuff like that. So, okay, so I hope that helped, and I will talk to you guys later.